Welcome. This video is for legal professionals navigating the complex world of New York evidence law, focusing on the sources of law and an efficient research workflow. New York's approach to evidence is fundamentally different from the federal system. This difference is critical for effective litigation. The key distinction is that New York has no single unified evidence code, unlike the clean, numbered rulebook of the Federal Rules of Evidence. Instead, New York evidence rules are drawn from multiple authorities, statutes, a large body of common law decisions, and various court rules. The first tool you should know is the Guide to New York Evidence, often referred to as the GNYE. This is a crucial starting point. The GNYE organizes New York's scattered rules into a coherent framework. However, it is explicitly not binding law, treated as persuasive guidance, but not controlling authority. Use the guide as a roadmap to orient yourself, identify the right legal bucket, and most importantly, locate the primary sources you must cite in litigation. Now let's cover the primary sources of New York evidence law, beginning with statutes and common law. For civil matters, the CPLR contains key evidence provisions, including the dead man statute. In criminal matters, the criminal procedure law dictates what evidence can be introduced. Because New York lacks a unified code, judicial decisions often drive evidence doctrine. Decisions from the New York Court of Appeals are binding on all lower courts statewide. The appellate division also plays a major role. Its decisions are binding on trial courts within the same department. Be aware of departmental splits and always confirm which department governs your court. Beyond statutes and case law, court rules are essential for managing evidentiary issues procedurally. The uniform rules for the trial courts shape pretrial practice and courtroom logistics. Additionally, many judges publish part rules that dictate how and when evidentiary issues, like motions in limine, are handled. Even when you are substantively correct on the law, you must win on the process. Court rules control how evidentiary disputes are raised and managed. Let's look at secondary sources and the role of the Federal Rules of Evidence in New York State courts. Treatises like Prince, Richardson, and Fish are excellent for efficient research, finding leading cases and framing arguments. But remember, they are not controlling law. The Federal Rules of Evidence do not govern New York State courts. However, New York courts may look to federal rules and decisions as persuasive authority, especially in unsettled areas. To effectively navigate New York evidence law, here is a simple and repeatable workflow for preparing for motions, hearings, or trial. Start with the GNYE to define the issue, then immediately check the controlling statutes, CPLR or corporal. Next, research case law, prioritizing the Court of Appeals and your appellate division department. Use treatises to deepen your analysis, confirm all applicable court rules, including judge-specific rules, and always update and verify everything, as New York evidence is constantly evolving. New York evidence is a synthesis exercise. By consistently integrating statutes, controlling case law and court rules, using the guide as your map, you will advocate more effectively and with confidence.